The Professional Bowlers Tour on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Mycotin. To stop the itch and cool the burn of athlete's foot, Mycotin. Quaker State, a motor oil that exceeds the highest standards for engine protection. And Kellogg's, with good taste, nutrition, and value. The best you each morning from Kellogg's.
And now this sad note. Longtime ABC producer, director Chet FORTE died this week in San Diego, California. And you know, many of us right here on this very telecast worked with him, whether it was NBA basketball, whether it was boxing, or whether it was Monday Night Football. And that's the series he'll be indelibly associated with. He was a type guy that was loaded with innovation. He was colorful. He was fast-talking, but most of all, he was really talented. And we would like to say to his wife and his daughter, who were left behind, Trish and Jacqueline, that we're sorry. Chet had a varied life, including the fact that he was an All-American basketball player at 5'7" at Columbia University. So our sympathy to you, Trish and Jacqueline. Chet was 60 years old.
And here's how the first match came out. Danny Wiseman, 217, took advantage of John Gant's 3 open frames, and he'll go against another southpaw, Eric Fokel, who is a solid player, former PBA national champion. Wiseman has momentum. The lane condition favors Fokel a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Match 2.
Okay, we got to see our second left-hander.
Hey, partner, pretty tentative shot there.
Soft, wasn't it?
Very soft, and it's exactly what happened. Chris picked it right out, just soft. You have to be aggressive with that speed. We showed you that double zone that the PBA has, and if you don't keep the ball firm, like you'll see our number 2 qualifier, Walter Ray Williams Jr., you're going to struggle. This is a tough spare, the 2-4-8.
Marking with a spare in the first frame of our second game, Eric Fokel, now bowling out of Tucson, Arizona, where he and his wife Tricia are building a new home. Danny Wiseman, born and bred right here in Baltimore. All right, opens with a big strike. Baltimore, home of the Orioles, and some of our folks went to the Oriole game at Camden Yard last night, Bo.
Interesting game, one in overtime. And a lot of folks around here compete in duck pins, Chris. 3.5 pound ball. In fact, Danny Wiseman is a duck pin league bowler with a 130 average, which is pretty good in ducks.
They compete in crab eating, too. I was always happy to join them. High hit, 3-6-10.
Tighter. It's tighter in.
As Daddy murmurs to himself, tighter in, broke down outside. Basically, he went outside that little strip. You saw between the first and second arrows, the ball makes a terrific jump towards the head pin. Leaves the 3-6-10. Even spares are a little tricky on this double zone condition. He better throw it hard and straight.
Got to hook a little.
It's nice to have Danny wired for sound because he has some great comments. Spare up, second frame. Strike.
Eric Fokel with just a nice style. He is one of the best practicers in the sport of bowling. Just watch, everything is squared away. That's the key to Eric Fokel. Look at how he's coming straight through, shoulders level. He reminds me of David Ozio, Chris. They came out here and just practiced and practiced and made themselves good players. In fact, yesterday, 16-game finals, in between the first 8 games and second 8 games, this man was out practicing. That's terrific.
7-pin for the left-hander. Our top seed and tournament leader, Mike Albee, of course, another left-hander.
The soft 7, all that Eric has to do to kick that 7 out is get a little more knee bend at the foul line. When he gets a little lower, his body is underneath the ball a little better, a little more leverage, and he kicks the 7 out. Pretty standard style.
Close. Only counts in horseshoes and love. But horseshoe, Walter Ray Williams will be up a little later, Bo.
And Walter is obviously bowling well as usual. The dominant player on the tour so far this year will be going for his 4th title. But there's a lot to be said before that happens.
Oh. Nice break. Thank you very little. Got it.
Mark Roth did it.
Yes, John Mazza has, and Jess Stayrook. This is the first one. Some decade and a half ago.
And we were there.
Yes, sir. He's going to try a little different technique. He's going for the 7-pin.
Bounce. Yeah. Never know.
Trailing by 13 and a costly open in the 3rd. Shooting in the 4th. Okay, the Professional Bowlers Tour in the Greater Baltimore Open. Trailing by 13 pins, Danny Wiseman. Well, Captain Bob Love pilots high voltage in Baltimore's Inner Harbor.